Hey, what's up everybody? It's Jeremy here at Cosmic Soup Recording, and over the last couple months I've been talking to artists and musicians, and I've been asking them what are a couple things that they've been struggling with when it comes to their own music. And a lot of them have, different issues, but I've noticed that a lot of them have very similar issues. And one of those is consistency. There's some artists, whether it be hip-hop, R&B, pop music, they'll come here and they'll record 3 or 4 songs in one session, and then I won't hear from them for 6 months to a year, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to take your music and your career seriously, I think you need to record and deliver music on a consistent basis, because the problem is you release a couple songs and then you build up a buzz, and then a couple months go by and then you're not posting as much, or you're not staying as relevant, and then maybe your fans will forget about you, rather than if you just space it all out, record and release a song maybe once a month, maybe it's once a week, whatever your time and budget can afford, but try to have it somewhat consistent. Another thing that I've noticed is that artists, bands, musicians, they struggle with actually finishing their music. They'll get an idea, they'll start a song, maybe they get a chorus, a hook, and then they struggle with the verse, or they'll get one verse but then they'll not finish the song. Maybe the song needs a couple verses and a bridge, and they, once they get to a halfway point, they hit a roadblock, and then rather than finishing the song, they just kind of put it on the back burner, or they'll start one song and then kind of hit a bump and then start working on another song, and then maybe get writer's block on that song, and then they'll make another song, and so now they've got all these songs that aren't even finished, and they're not putting them out, or they're not working on them anymore, and so it's just really putting them behind, really. So one thing I did to hopefully help a few people and to give back and put out some content is I just came up with 6 quick, simple ways to help you finish your music. I'm not an asshole. I'm going to tell you what they are right now. But before that, if you'd be so kind, if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Check out some other videos that I've done. Hit the bell icon so you can get notified every time I do put out a new video. Every Sunday I do a podcast with my friend Guyver, and we talk about music and Marvel and movies, and every now and then I'll drop some knowledge on there or answer some questions. And if you have any questions or something that I didn't get to on this video, leave a comment below, and I'll answer the question, or if it deserves its own video, then I'll make a video answering your question. I know after this, the next video I do will be all about marketing and promoting your music, so I'll probably put that out next week. Anyways, without any further ado, let's dive right in, and let's just get to these quick, easy ways to help you finish your music. And it's all mental, it's all just focus, and it's just putting in the work and getting it done. The first way to help you finish your music is have your workspace ready to go. And what do I mean by that? I mean, if you're an artist that has a software, DAW, have it easy to start up and get going. Keep your microphone or your instrument cable connected to your interface. So if you've got an idea, you can start recording it right away rather than taking the time, booting up your computer, starting your DAW, running into troubleshooting problems, trying to figure out how to arm a track, connecting the microphone, getting your headphones out, and then by the time you do all this stuff, now maybe 30 minutes has passed and your idea is gone, or your whole motivation is gone. So I've noticed that, you know, if everything's kind of on and ready to go at all times, you can jump right in and not get distracted. Or if you're a musician and let's say you play the guitar, keep your guitar handy, so that way you're always looking at it, and it's a kind of like a reminder, like, oh yeah, I need to finish that, or you know what, I've been wanting to jam a little bit and come up with some ideas, and maybe some new ideas or new songs will come from that. And again, it's also a reminder that if you did start something like, oh hey, I need to lay down that lick or whatever, you know, same with piano or bass or drums or whatever. If you're always looking at them, they're always reminding you, like, hey, I need to do that. The next tip, number 2, is set small goals. And by that I just mean, you know, if you're someone that lacks motivation or struggles, you know, do some post-it notes or write on a piece of paper to kind of remind you. Maybe it's an inspirational quote or something, just to remind you, oh yeah, I need to work on that. You know, and put it on your desk, or put it in your mirror, or put it by your guitar, to kind of help inspire you or motivate you. And then just say, okay, I'm gonna finish this verse by tomorrow, or okay, I'm gonna finish the hook by next week. Okay, I'm gonna have the whole song done, you know, in 2 weeks. And then once you set a goal for the song, then set a goal for the EP or the album or the mixtape. You know, like, okay, I want to, you know, start here, and I want to have this done by this time, and I want to have this done by this time, and then make sure you reward yourself. Like if you're working on, you know, just a verse or just a hook or just a bridge, you know, reward yourself after you do that. And whatever the reward is, that's up to you. Maybe it's a beer or a smoke or whatever. But once you do that, then you kind of motivate yourself, and it'll help you kind of break through that wall and you know, finish the song or finish the idea. And the next tip, number 3, kind of piggybacks off that idea, and it's make a commitment to yourself and set deadlines. Let's say you set a goal of, you know, I'm going to finish this song in 1 week. Then write on your calendar, hey, you know, the song needs to be done by this time. Make a post on social media saying, I'm going to be done with this song, I'm going to have it posted in 1 week or 2 weeks, or the artwork is going to be out in 2 weeks. And that way you're holding yourself accountable, and anybody that sees that post is going to hold you accountable, because when that day comes, hopefully they're going to say, hey, where's that song? Where's that artwork? Where's that teaser video? You know, something like that. And then that'll keep you from procrastinating. Like, oh, I'm not really in the mood, or oh, it's too hot out. I'll work on the song tomorrow, or I'll play guitar tomorrow. No, like, oh, I have to have that song done, you know, in a couple days, so I need to work on it now. And again, hopefully that inspires you to keep working at it. Book a studio session, you know, whether it's here or somewhere else. Book a session, put that on your calendar, and prepay or pay a deposit, so that way you're more willing to go and not cancel or not show up, because you're like, oh, I already paid, or I already put a deposit down, I have to go, and maybe the song's not 100% complete, but at least you can get started on it. At least you can put down some rough ideas, some scratch tracks, whatever, go home, now you can listen to it and finish writing, or maybe you want to change it, maybe you want to change the arrangement. At least you've got something to go back to and reference. And again, hopefully that will help you break through any barriers and get the song finished. Finally, next, number 4, seek outside feedback. And we all have family, friends, fans, that hopefully support us, enjoy our music, whatever. Maybe if you're struggling on a song or an idea, just send them a little rough recording, a phone recording, and just say, hey, what do you think of this? Is this worth pursuing, or does it belong in the trash bin? And hopefully, if they're your good friends, they'll give you the honest truth, and they'll say, no, that's really good, or no, I think you could do better. Whatever the case may be, at least it'll kind of put you on a path of like, yeah, I'm going to finish this, or no, maybe it's time to move on to something else and push this one aside, and you're not wasting time on something that's not, worth pursuing. But by, sending the song out and asking for advice or critiques or whatever, hopefully you'll get some more ideas, and maybe they'll tell you, hey, the hook is really good, but the verse needs some work, or this would be a great bridge part, or maybe you need to change the hook, or all these different things to kind of help you steer you in the right direction, and again, not get frustrated, not get bogged down, not lose hope, not get discouraged, and not want to work on music anymore. Maybe just a couple little pointers or whatever can kind of steer you in a different direction, and then that will help you finish the song. And again, even if you don't want to ask your friends or your family, just post it in like a songwriters group, or like a message board, or a group on Facebook, and just say, hey, I'm kind of struggling with this, I've hit a roadblock here, what do you guys think? And other musicians really love to give feedback to other artists. I think they feel like they're helping out and giving some charity. There might be some people that are going to totally bash you or troll you or give you bad comments. Unfortunately, there's people like that out in the world, but there's nothing we can do about that. But try to stay positive. I think most of the comments should be helpful, I hope, and can give you some good advice, or maybe what to change or what to do differently. And the next on this same idea is go and find a writing partner. Maybe it's another artist that you really enjoy or you really admire, especially if they're locally. Reach out to them and ask them if they just want to get together for a smoke session or a cup of coffee and write, and maybe it could be a great beneficial thing, or maybe it could blossom to be a great musical partnership, or at least maybe you'll at least get some different perspectives. There's nothing wrong with seeking some outside advice or writing with someone, because it'll change the whole dynamic of your song and your thinking. Next, Number 5 for the tips to help you finish your music is take breaks. I think this is, one of these things that we often kind of forget about, when you're diving in something and you're like so determined to finish it, but you're really not getting anywhere, and it's hard not to get distracted. Maybe you just need to take a break. Maybe it's go for a walk, get something to eat, watch a little bit of TV, clear your mind, and then come back to it. And then, hopefully you can finish whatever you're working on. And plus, it not only clears your head, but it kind of gives you fresh ears too, if you're really just listening to the same part of a song or something, or listening to the beat, trying to write to it, or trying to come up with some ideas. Maybe you just need to hear it with some fresh ears. And maybe that means waiting a whole day and listening to it in the morning. Some people do their best in the morning. Some people write, after lunch, and some people are night owls and they like to write at night. So whatever that may be, be sure to take breaks and not get frustrated, really, not get discouraged, and most importantly, don't try to start a new song until you finish your other songs. I know how it is. You're working on something, you maybe get a little stuck, so I'll work on something else. Yeah, I mean that's fine to some degree, but at some point you need to go back and finish that song that you're working on. The last thing you want is 30 ideas, taking up space on your phone or on your hard drive and just not finishing anything. Even if the song is horrible, at least finish it. Put it out there, because hopefully you learn something. Maybe there's something good from it. I like the way I did this, or I like the way I did that. It's all a learning experience. And who knows, maybe a song that you think is horrible, that might be your most popular song. You never know. I mean, I've definitely seen artists put out mixtapes, and the one song that they kind of did as maybe a joke or just for fun, that's the one that everybody likes. So you never know until you put it out there. So finish your songs, take breaks. And finally, last but not least, number 6, listen to music that inspires you. I think that goes without saying, but the reason why we all make music is because we love music. We get inspired by something, it triggers something in our brain, and we want to write to it or whatever, whether it's a happy song or a sad song or whatever. Listen to music that's going to inspire you and make you feel more creative and kind of push you through, and experiment with different themes and songs, moods, and listen to music that's outside of your genre to get ideas. If you're a hip hop guy, listen to some hard rock, some metal, because there's a lot of things that you could take from that or learn from that, or even musical ideas, vocal ideas or whatever, you can get from that, and vice versa. If you're a rock guy, metal guy, listen to some hip hop or whatever, and that might kind of change your way of thinking, and maybe push the song in a different direction that you didn't really think it was going. But research some of your favorite lyricists, and to experiment with different patterns and cadences. This goes back to what I was just saying. Listening to hard rock, or listening to hip hop, or listening to country music. Maybe it's listening to like jazz. Whatever is going to kind of take you out of your comfort zone, or maybe kind of push you into maybe trying something a little bit different. I mean, hey, if you're a rock guy, there's nothing wrong with making a folk song, or if you're a hip hop guy, there's nothing wrong with making like a EDM song, because all these genres are blending anyway, so you might find a new little avenue for you, a new little outlet. Maybe it's a side project, but So definitely explore different music styles for your own music, because you never know where it's going to lead you. So those are a couple things that I came up with. I made a PDF. There's a link, should be below this video. That way you can have it to reference, so you don't have to watch this video, or you can print it out and put it next to your desk, or save it on your computer to take a glance at every once in a while. And one last little bonus thing before I go is just do it. Lock yourself in your room, put your phone in airplane mode, and just finish the goddamn song. Just do it. So thank you for checking this out. Be sure to check out some other videos. Follow me on all social media, and leave some comments and some questions if there's anything I didn't get to or you'd like me to talk about in a future video. So thank you. Take care, everybody.